So I wanted to test how feasible it is to shoot everyday content on an iPhone. And that's the question that everyone's been asking nowadays. And since Apple released the iPhone 17 Pro, and it's safe to say that they've added some brilliant new features like Apple Log 2 and Open Gate recording, now I think it's the time where we really have to pose the question, are iPhones catching up to mirrorless cameras? For those of you guys who don't know me, my name's Films. I'm a filmmaker and content creator from London. To be fair, in my honest opinion, I feel like iPhones are definitely catching up to mirrorless cameras. They're not quite there yet, but I'm gonna show you some examples of what I've been up to. I recently flew to China, and whilst I was getting a lot of content on my Sony that I usually shoot with, I was like, why not get a lot of iPhone content as well and make a video about it? So I don't have the iPhone 17, but the 16 actually done the job very well. There was times when I was grading, I couldn't even tell the difference between the Sony and the iPhone. And that should say a lot about the direction that our phones are headed in. Obviously, as a filmmaker, it's even crazy to say that phones are actually catching up to cameras. But if we're being honest, I mean, I think it's that time, because especially with the log capabilities, and you can grade the footage to match your mirrorless cameras, so there's really no getting away from it. The big difference between a mirrorless camera and obviously the iPhone camera is the sensor. The mirrorless camera has a way bigger sensor than the iPhone, so obviously that makes a huge difference when we're talking about depth of field and background blur. If we're keeping it 100, if you're just trying to get content on your phone, if you're an artist and you want to shoot reels, or you do content creation on TikTok and you just want to take your content to the next level, it's literally fine. You don't need a professional camera anymore. I feel like that's a thing of the past. Yeah, obviously if you want to do professional work, that's a different niche that we're talking about. But I'm just talking about solely for content creators. I feel like the iPhone is more than enough. And I'm going to show you my simple filmmaking rig to make sure that you get the best shots. So to begin with, I was using my iPhone 16 Pro Max. I bought this last year, and I'll be honest, it's a solid phone. It gets the job done. I got the base model with 256 gigs of storage. Like, most iPhones shoot 4K. They even do 120 frames per second, and the footage looks neat. And obviously you have to download the Blackmagic Camera App. I know I mentioned this every video, but if you want to shoot log and obviously use the manual settings that the iPhone can do, you've got to download another app. I'm not sure why they haven't introduced like a native app to do this, or maybe there is one, but I don't know about it. So yeah, I had the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I also added a small rig cage. And the reason why I added a cage is so I can add the ND filter, which is the next thing that I was going to talk about. And on top of that, you can also attach a tripod or even other accessories like mics and stuff. It gives you that camera feel. Obviously it makes it a bit more bulky, but it's still big enough that it can fit like in your pocket. ND filters are key. So this footage that I'm showing you, you can't get any of it without ND filter, unless you're shooting at nighttime, but even then sometimes the lights are too bright. When we're shooting in daytime and you want to get that natural motion blur like you would get on a normal camera as shooting at 25 frames per second, you have to make sure that you have an ND filter attached, and then obviously adjust the exposure. And that is key to making your iPhone look like a mirrorless camera. The last thing, this is optional. I didn't actually have this on my rig whilst I was in China, but you can add a SSD, like a magnetic one, a MagSafe one. You can also attach like one of your normal SSD, like a Samsung T5, like any SSD that's fast enough and has enough storage, because if you shoot in ProRes, that takes up a lot of storage on your phone, and obviously it will fill up fast. But yeah, as you can see, my rig is pretty much simple. I got amazing shots out of it, and I dropped my short film like a week ago, and some of the shots in that film, I didn't tell anyone this, but a lot of the shots in the film were actually with the iPhone.
People start moving. You've got scooters buzzing, boats on the river, markets opening. It's busy, but it's organized chaos. You walk around and notice the little details. The neon signs reflecting off the wet streets. The smells from the street food. It's alive, but in a normal, everyday kind of way.
And seriously, for something that was in my pocket at all times, it actually takes amazing shots. and there was a time where I was in the taxi and my camera was in my backpack, and I just had to take out the iPhone and just film the shot, otherwise I was gonna miss it. For situations like these, the iPhone is amazing, especially when you want to be discreet. Let's say you're in a restaurant, you want to just vlog yourself eating, or even if you have social anxiety when you're vlogging and you don't want a bulky camera that you're carrying around, the iPhone is small and discreet enough for you to be able to just walk around without being scared. So yeah, short form content or long form content, the iPhone really just covers all angles. It's literally perfect for travel filmmaking, and also I would even go as far as calling it a B cam to my Sony, because whenever I don't want to get out my Sony to film shots, I just get the iPhone and get it. And then once you color grade it and make them look similar, to the normal person, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference between them. So yeah, I get a lot of questions about my editing workflow when it comes to iPhone content, and it's really just simple. You just shoot in log and then you bring it onto your editing software and then you just color grade it. Obviously, I've had a power grade for a while now that I use for my Sony camera, but what I did was copy the power grade over to the iPhone footage and tweak the settings to make sure that it matches the log format that's on the iPhone. So yeah, I definitely think this is the future of on-the-go filmmaking. If you take your time and then just learn the settings on the iPhone from something that's in your pocket, and you can get amazing images out of it, so why not? And yeah, of course, there's additional tools that you can get to make the footage look better on the iPhone, but really it's not needed. Even if you don't want to buy ND filter, you don't want to buy all these extra things, the iPhone camera by itself can actually produce great results. So yeah, that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and also check out my content. I dropped my travel film a week ago. I got 2 videos that I shot in China, and then yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and peace.